there, welcome to our channel. I'm Vic.
I'm Nick.
And we are MV Board Gaming. And today we're looking at Kraftwagen V6 Edition. This is a 2 to 4 player game. It's designed by Matthias Kramer and published by Stronghold Games. Nick is going to give an overview of how you play, and then we're going to give our review.
Hey, and welcome to the table. We're set up here for a 2-player game of Kraftwagen. There it is. The V6 edition. So we have a mini expansion in there to add variability to the game. You can see we're going to play as the red and the green players. So we have 2 dummy cars out here. They're placed at the 3 and the 6th mark on the track. That's all they really do. They just interfere with the race, and they will influence who gets first, second, third, because they are actually on lap 1 here in this race. In this game, your actions are picked over here. So, in this case, the red player is going to be the first player. To start the game, we get to choose a starting tile here, and the first player will not get to pick, so they'll just get stuck with whatever's left. This is all, we're just doing 2-player rules. So the second player is going to pick which tile they would like. So they can either get a card from here, one of these development cards or research cards, I should say, and 1 engine, or they can decide to get 2 workers. These discs are workers. We start with 4 each, and an engine. Either way, you're going to take that and you're going to flip it over, and we'll have the same. We'll have an engine, an engine development of 1 and a body 1 that we can build, perhaps with actions. So let's just go ahead and assign which player got which. And I know the board right here, this player board is run off the camera, but just know that this garage here, there's 2 other slots common down here. So both players have 4 of those. They have their race car that's in the Grand Prix, and they have these 3 other garages right here. So they're going to have their people right there, and their starting tile. They're going to take 2 workers. This one's going to take 2 workers and a level 1 engine. So they're going to put this level 1 engine right here. You can see their starting Grand Prix car starts with a level 1 engine. So I'm just going to put this in the garage and take 2 workers. So now they have 6. This player is going to go ahead and choose one of these, and they're going to get a level 1 engine. Get their level 1. So this is going to flip to show that they have a 1 research in the body and the engine. And then let's just say they're going to do this. They're going to take this card, which gives them, it actually helps with their engine, because when you flip this, instead of a level 1, they can build level 2 engines. So that will help them in races. They'll go a little faster. It'll also help them if one of their customers wants the better engine out here. So they took that, and they got their level 1 engine, and we're good to go. Red player is going to go first. So the key is the red player can go as far as they would like, but as far as they go, if they do this action, this gives green player able to do these 2 actions and then take another turn, because you're going to keep going until your marker here passes your opponents. That's why a red player is technically first, despite them being behind green. So if they were to do that, and this refreshes, by the way, so that if they pick between the 1 and then the other one goes down here and discard, and 2 more come up. So if they're going to do that, if red's going to pick this action right here, this action will do, let us pick another card, and this will go to the end of the line, and we'll put their marker there. And they'll go ahead and pick one of those cards. They might pick this fella right here. This gives him a marker, 2 markers. One is a +1 and one's a +2 on the body when we go to sell. And those markers are up here, these little engineer tiles. And there's one of them right there. I'm not going to take them both, but they do get both. They get a +1 and a +2. But just to show you that they're going to get one of those and the +2, if I were to find it. Oh, it just popped out right there, so go ahead and take it. So the red player took that with their first action. Now the green player is going to automatically do their actions. So they're going to get to do the Grand Prix. That is based upon their the engine in their Grand Prix car. Well, right now we start with a level 1, so they're going to get out of the pit, and they're going to go 1 space here. This one goes to the end. Now they get to do an engine, again, because they're still behind red, in this track, they're going to get to do an engine. Their engine is a 1, 2. And by the way, when I got this card, it says I'm supposed to acquire that engine. So I do have a level 2 engine. Let's see, level 2 engine. And in order to activate that, I do have to put one of my discs on it. So I will go ahead and do that. Right when I got it, I was supposed to do that. So a level 2 engine. So instead of this level 1, let's see. When I acquired that, 1. So I would have drawn that. I would only have the level 1 engine. That's correct. And now it'll be a level 2 that I get because I advanced it and it tells me I get it. So I was supposed to take a level 2 as well. And I could go ahead and put this on the racer, and then when I did that action, this racing action over here, I would have technically had a level 2 engine there, so I would have moved 2 spaces instead of 1. So I'm just doing that retroactively. So on top of this engine I just got another action that gave me an engine. That was what I did right here. So I go ahead and do a level 2 engine again because I have 1, 2. So level 2, I'll just go in my garage. Remember, I have 4 spots down there, so if you can't see it, I just have 4 spots down here, so I slid that level 1. Doesn't really matter where they go as far as in the garage. And now I can decide how far I want to go as a green player. So some other actions. This is for the body of the car, so I would see how much I get. I'm only a level 1 there, so if I would take it, I would take this level 1 and put it in my garage. Now, as a bonus action, when I do this and I have an engine and a body, I could, and a worker here, I could put this up for sale. As long as I assign at least one of my chips right there, I can do that. And I select how much I would like to charge for that vehicle at the end of the round. Well, let's say I go ahead and do a 5. In a 2-player game, the round will end as soon as there are 4 cars for sale or there are 3 buyers over here. So let's keep going with the actions. We'll get to buyers soon. So we did the body. That explained that. This one I'll explain is just a worker. So you just grab one of your workers, throw it in. You already know this, but this one is actually 2 actions. It's not an either or. You just do both. So you're going to get one of the cards, and you're going to get a worker. And this should be gone because every time one's taken, the other one is discarded. Here is the buyer action, which we haven't talked about, and I believe that's the only one we haven't covered. The buyer, so we have the race, so you just go about your engine. Whatever your engine is, that's how many you're going to move. If you were to cross over an active car, so if the green player were to get this and they move 2 because their engine's a 2, this is going to count as 1 despite me moving 2 because there's a car there. And then I would end my turn here because I can move 2. So 1, 2. Then I can do this buying action, the buyer action. So I can look to see what these buyers want. This one wants the best body. The best car body is what they want. This one wants the best engine. So I might pick that because I have a 2 engine, and I probably will. When I do that, I put him as the first buyer, and I take whatever VP or coin is right here. In this case, a 1. The 2's here because it's pre-printed on the board that a 2 goes here. And these are all pre-printed, so you know what goes where. So I'm going to go ahead and take this 1. I put a buyer here. These other ones, this would be how many people are servicing the car. They care about the people servicing. In my case, that's these chips right here. If I were to put more of them there, this person would be interested in my vehicle more so than the others. And this individual says that they want the cheapest car. I put a 5 here. There are cheaper ones. My opponent could undercut me and put a 3 there. But the good thing is you get paid twice. So if I were to win that and do that, I would get 10 as opposed to 5. It is a risk. These are all just risks because your opponents can undercut you. This is a bonus. The bonus action here was me putting this car out. There's no action to do that. You just decide after your turn, am I going to sell a car? I decided, yes, I have an engine, I have a body, I can do that. And as long as I have at least one of these, I can. I could put more, again, because this person wants that to be serviced. So that's always an option. When I put a car out, I could put all my people out if I would like. The round will end in a 2-player game when 4 of these are in. 4 cars are for sale, or all the buyers are out here, all 3 of them. In a more player, you're gonna have these 6 spots, and there's a 4th one. I just put here these empty star tiles. I just put those here so I know we don't care about the 4th slot. We're only doing 3 in a 2-player game. We also have some objectives here. Whenever you accomplish these, you can go ahead and take them. You have no workers left in the supply. You get 7 VP at the end of the game, 7 coins. 2 cars out for sale. First one to do that is get 3 VP, and there's several of these. Putting out the second buyer of the same type. So if somebody were to put that out, they would go ahead and take this one because there's 2 of the same type. And so on and so forth. Engine, body, doing laps around here. These should be at 0. No one's done a lap yet. I must have knocked them. All right, so again, when the round ends, so what happens when the round ends? We're going to go ahead and solve for this race, whoever is in first place. If it were to end like this, yellow would be in first place, so no one would get those 7 victory points. Green is actually in second place, so the green player is going to get 4. They're going to go ahead and take that from the supply. Third place is blue, who's a dummy player, and then red player hasn't left pit road, so they're not going to get anything for that. No one in this case has made it past 1 lap. In this particular case, we just started. And if they were, they would get these victory points listed here, depending on how many laps they've accomplished. Then, let's see. So, yeah, we're going to keep playing. These are going to keep going in the back, and you're going to keep going around and around. We're going to play 3 rounds in a 2-player game. You're going to count up your victory points from... So you're going to count up all the victory points that you've had based on all these chips here. And yeah, you're going to count these tiles right here. That's all you're going to count. The most points is going to win. All right, welcome back for our thoughts and review of Kraftwagen V6 Edition. I'm glad we have the V6 Edition. I think that actually those tiles did add to the game. So we played it a couple times without the V6 Edition stuff and played it with it. It felt like we needed it at that point.
Yeah.
After 1 game, I would say go ahead and add it.
Yeah.
You get a feel for it. It's good to go. We had fun with it just as a basic, but then you feel like, okay, this needs a little bit,
something more.
Yeah, a little more.
Kick it up a notch.
And that added to it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're even selling without the V6 Edition. I don't know.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I didn't see
Hopefully
it.
not. So just get the V6 if you do have an option. Action selection here. We have action selection, Rondell, Clever. It's like Thebes, Takedo, Glenmore. Those games. Glenmore is one of his designs, I believe. And we did play that once on the cruise.
Ship,
yep. Yeah, so I like that. I think that's fun. It's clever. I enjoy those games. So this one, I'll be honest, when Vic put it on her list and when I seen gameplay, wasn't too enthused. It didn't look very cool to me. Vic thought it looked cool or whatever, the idea and the theme. I was just going to, just buy it and, I wasn't expecting much out of it. So I was impressed with it. Actually, I think that boosted it for me. Going in with lesser expectations has the opposite effect as going in with heavy expectations.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So it does tick up the score. Yeah, I enjoyed my play. I think all the actions were fun. This is the exact opposite of the game we just reviewed, the past Merv. Where Merv looks like it's going to be awesome. Merv looks so good on the table. It doesn't play very awesome to us.
There's a lot of hype around it, too.
Yeah, it doesn't play very awesome, and it has more hype. This one, no hype, doesn't look that cool, plays a lot better. So I'm going to go ahead and give my score. My score is an 8-4, as opposed to Merv, which I give a 6-6, so that would be blasphemy to some people that love Merv when they see this dry board on here. But I actually really enjoyed all the actions. I enjoyed my choices. What I want to give up to Vic.
Yeah, that's such an important thing. It's like, what are you going to end up having them take?
Yeah.
What are you prepared to allow? And
What buyer do you want to select?
Can you get away with not taking a buyer? And will they get the one you wanted anyway?
Yeah. Am I okay with this one engine? Am I okay with this one body? Do I need more people servicing this car?
Forgetting to put a car on the market at the end of your turn.
How much money can I ask for this car?
Yeah.
So this game is really, really good for what you're looking at on the table. It's like, wow, okay, this game is legitimately good. What do you think?
Well, I really enjoyed the game. At first glance of it, it was a little bit boring looking and pretty dry, so I wasn't that excited to get it. It was on my anticipated games list, which if you haven't checked out that video, you can take a look at it.
Throw a card up right now.
Yeah. But I was just enticed by the theme of it, and I'm not normally somebody who really cares too much about theme. Theme's okay to me. I don't totally disregard the themes, but I like to, certain themes appeal to me more than others. And this one, just love the idea of building a car up or having components that you're adding on and leveling up and then selling a vehicle, as opposed to most car games where you're racing around. But this game also has a race, has a little Grand Prix element, so it's kind of got everything that I want in a car game. So for me, my score on this is an 8.3. So very close to Nick.
Yeah.
Almost could have given it an 8.4.
Yeah, I was right. I was between the two scores.
Yeah. Just great game. I don't think it's too expensive. I didn't buy. He bought it on sale, I think.
Yeah, I don't know what I paid for it.
Doesn't matter. Prices vary so much with these things, so it doesn't really matter too much. But not too expensive. Component quality is pretty fair. I mean, it's not too crazy. There's nothing that's
Yeah, nothing too lousy. Nothing too spectacular either. It's fine.
Your run-of-the-mill game. And I can't really have anything negative to say about the game aside from just the drabness of the look of it, I guess, overall. It's not the prettiest. But what I really liked, and I can't even talk about too many bad things about it, but also the cars are all different.
Yeah.
That was cool. Mm-hmm. Like the different bodies, the vehicles you can get, different.
Yeah,
nice.
in the same number. So all the twos actually had different cars.
Yeah.
They weren't. That's what she means.
Yeah.
So obviously they get better cars, but the same number had different cars, and I didn't realize that until like midway through our first play. These actually have different cars.
I assumed it'd be like most games that would just make it the same.
All twos are the same.
Why
all
not?
threes are the same.
Didn't have to. So thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we really like this game. Let us know in the comments below if you've tried it or if you have a different edition, because I only know of the V6 edition.
Well, yeah, I think they did have a different.
Okay. I never played it. I don't know.
When they first came out with the Best Designer Series, whatever they call it Great Designer Series. This is the third one.
Oh.
Porta Negra is on that list too, which we own. The Great Designer Series. That's a Kramer and Kiesling, I believe. And this was the number 3. I don't think it had a V6 edition. It needed it, and thank goodness it came out.
Yeah. So anyways, like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to our channel for more great content. We will see you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.